Hello, and welcome to the tutorial brought to you by XSkullsGames Entertainment. In this tutorial, we will be going over how to draw sprites in a more advanced or more proper way in XSkullsGames Game Studio. We will be going over how to draw a background and also basic rectangular collision. Start by opening Visual C# 2008. Make sure you have XSkullsGames installed. You'll want to create a new project. Windows game. I'll name mine XSkullsGames tutorial 1-2 or just 1-2. Once it loads, computer's being slow today. Okay, right click content, add new folder. You don't have to do this, but it's good practice. Sprites, right click sprites, add existing item. Find whatever sprite you want to use for your player, your enemy, and the background. Select them all, add, and they're all in the project now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do texture 2D player, texture 2D enemy, texture 2D background. Okay, then vector 2 player position, vector 2 enemy position, vector 3. I guess you could use a background position for this. And then we'll do rectangle, player rect, rectangle, enemy rect. And then we'll do another vector 2, player org, vector 2, enemy org, which stands for origins. Rect stands for rectangle, position plus stands for position. Find your load content method and write this line: player equals content dot load texture 2D sprites backspace, and make sure you match the name with your player name here, which will be the asset name. So I'll use that. Paste. And then do the same for enemy. Enemy equals content dot load texture 2D. Mine will be sprites backslash block RA1. And then background, oops, equals content dot load texture 2D sprites wallpaper 1. Okay. Then we'll do player position equals new vector 2. We'll set this at 0, 0. That way it'll be at the very top left of the screen. We don't want the player position right next to enemies, so they won't die whenever we start the level. So do vector 2. Put it near the middle, which is about 500. And background position, which would just be 0, 0, because it won't go anywhere. Now, if your background does not match the size of your game window, you should use a rectangle and match the rectangle to viewport rect. I'll show you how to do that in the next tutorial. That way it'll scale it down. Hopefully it'll look good still. Okay, so we'll go to player org. Make sure this is update method equals new vector 2 player position dot x divided by 2, so it's in the center. Player position dot y divided by 2. This makes the origin, or where the sprite is drawn, or where the sprite is manipulated, I guess you could say, the very center of the image. That way whenever you move it, doesn't move from the top left. New vector 2 enemy position dot x divided by 2 enemy position dot y divided by 2. Okay, now we'll do the rectangles. Player rect equals new rectangle, int player position dot x, int player position dot y, player dot height or width, sorry, and player dot height. Now, enemy rect equals new rectangle, enemy position dot x, int enemy position dot y, enemy dot width, enemy dot height. A bit of code for one rectangle, but it's just your standard rectangle for which is the width of your image, the height